All right, hello everybody, and welcome to this week's live stream. I am so excited to be here today. Yesterday, we had the edges of a hurricane here in Virginia. We're so fortunate that we are not right in, the path of the hurricane on the coast and all of that stuff. But we had the edges of a hurricane, and it was crazy rain and wind and thunder and lightning, and I wasn't sure we were going to have power today or internet to be able to do the live stream. So I am excited that we're here and it's a sunny day, and later I'm going to head out in my pool and it's going to be as if it never happened. So that's pretty cool. I see a bunch of you have hopped on already. Good morning, good day for all of you. Happy Friday. And let's go ahead and get started. So for those of you who are watching the recording, my name is Margie Remmers-Davis, and I am the creator of the Fast and Easy Way to QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor certification. And this is our weekly live stream that we hold inside our free Facebook group called the QBO Gym Locker Room. Good morning, Diana. All right, so let me just kind of show you what we are talking about, what we do here. So this is our the Facebook group. It looks a little bit different to me because I am an admin, but generally this is what you are looking for. Of course, if you're watching the recording, the link will be down below. So, but if you're watching it live, you're already here. So anyway, in the QBO Gym Locker Room, we are all about hands-on practice in QuickBooks Online. Hands-on practice, hands-on practice, hands-on practice. That's what you hear me say every week, because that's all we do is provide hands-on practice. So inside the gym, you have access to nearly 100 free exercises to get you hands-on practice in QuickBooks Online. Looks like I forgot to turn on my cursor. Oh, no, it's on. Okay, so nearly 100 free exercises to get hands-on practice in QuickBooks Online. You can follow along in our weekly live streams, which we hold every Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern, assuming there's no hurricane. But we made it today. So anyway, so you're following along. You're also going to get in, if you participate live in the live stream, then you get some extra free exercises that we provide for those who are coming on live. And then we haven't done this in a while, but we need to get back to it, voting on where you need more practice so we can create more exercises to help you really get familiar with QuickBooks Online. So in our Facebook group, let me just all right, so in the featured section, so right here, and if you're on your phone, I don't know, it looks different. I don't know where it is, but in the featured section, I'll talk about this in just a minute, but right here is this post that says, welcome to the locker room. And here is where you're going to access the free exercises, which I actually forgot to bring up that link, but I have it handy right here. So when you click in the locker room, let me go back to that for a sec. So when you click in the locker room here, you can access this link, and this is where you're going to find all of the exercises. The exercises are separated into different groups. This first group is the Getting Started exercises, which are from our Getting Started mini course, which is comes free with our Fast and Easy QBO certification course. It also comes free with the QBO Gym. And it's basically for those people who are brand new. Sorry, I'm just going to check seeing lots of good mornings. Good mornings. Okay. If you are brand new using QuickBooks Online, you don't know anything about it, how to click around or anything, that's what the Getting Started is, some of the terminology. Then we have all of the exercises from our basic level certification course. So you can click those there. Then we also have all of the exercises from our advanced level certification course. We have the QBO Gym. These are not exercises you can get for free. These are the ones that if you're on the live stream, we'll give some of them for you for free, but you'll also get them if you subscribe to the gym, which we'll talk about that in a minute. The Pro Advisor challenges are the exercises that are inside your Pro Advisor account that Intuit puts together. We don't really like their format, so slowly over time, I am converting them into our signature format here at Fast and Easy QBO. And then we have some retired or miscellaneous exercises. There's a bunch here that I need to create still. But down at the bottom, these are exercises covering things that are no longer covered on the certification test. But hey, we have the exercises, and so it's good to know these types of things. So anyway, that is who we are, what we're doing here every week. Those of you who are on live probably know all this spiel, but for the folks at home, for those of you who are watching the recording on live stream, on the live stream. So also, when you're a member of the Locker Room, which again is our free Facebook group, I send out an email every week covering the agenda of what we're going to do today. Sometimes it includes links to the exercises. This week it did not, but basically giving you a heads up of what we are going to talk about. Also, when you are in the Locker Room, you get to access the recording of this just immediately after. So if you can't make it at 11 a.m. Eastern on Fridays, then you can join us. You can join us there on that recording. So one of the big topic that good morning, just checking the chat real quick. So many people on this morning, yay. Good morning, everybody. So the big thing that I wanted to talk to you about today is the left navigation bar. So this has been coming for a while. Just to give you some, just a little bit of backstory. A few years ago, Intuit released what they call business view. Okay, so they had this opportunity to, and I listened to a podcast with the guy from Intuit. He talked about like why they released it. He said he realized that they kind of have these two categories of users in QuickBooks Online. They have the accountant users, that's us, and then they have the small business owners, the people that are just trying to do it themselves and not hiring a bookkeeper or an accountant to do their books. So they said, well, we've got these two categories of users, and so we are going to, we have this opportunity, so let's simplify things. We're going to make things easier for the business owners, and then we'll just keep the accountants, they know everything, and they'll just, do it the way they do it. So they created this new thing called Business View. They changed the whole left navigation bar. They changed some terms for things. And you could, as an accountant, you could switch between accountant view and business view. And this was, by the way, something that you had to know for the test. You had to know that this business view existed and how to switch back and forth and what some of the differences are and that kind of stuff. Okay, well, there were so many complaints. See, Intuit sometimes listens to us. I know it doesn't feel like they always do, but sometimes they listen to us. And there were just so many accountants who hated this feature, because imagine you're on the phone with a client and you're trying to walk them through doing something in QuickBooks Online, and your client is looking at something completely different than what you're looking at. How can you help support your client? Like, it just was a mess. The accountants hated it. And so earlier this year, Intuit announced that they were getting rid of the two business view and accountant view. They're putting it all back into one left navigation bar again, but they're taking a few things that people liked from the business view and putting it into this new consolidated view. So because we mostly like the accountant view. It's mostly going to stay the same. There are just a few key differences. So, yes, Corey said, let me just put this on because, technology. Oh, that's covering up my face. Okay. Corey says, so happy that they're streamlining this back to one menu. That email last month made me so happy. Yes. Yes, it made a lot of people happy. So, anyway, we're all excited about this. However, it has big repercussions for us here at Fast and Easy QBO. And that is all of our training materials that reference the left navigation bar now have to be changed. So I mentioned this last week. I'm going to mention it again, and I will send out an email too within the next week or so that we are looking for volunteers to help take new screenshots of in our exercises, the new screenshots. So here's what you need. So you need to either be on a Mac user. And I know a couple of people, when I mentioned this last week, they already emailed us. We already have your name. We're creating a list. Okay. So you have to either use a Mac. The reason that that's one of the options is because there is a built-in tool that allows you to take a screenshot and draw, if you've gone through our exercises, there's like things circled and like arrows and stuff. Well, Mac has that built in. So if you're using a Mac, we can teach you how to do it. That's fine. But if you're using a Mac, you already have that tool. And so you can immediately start helping us out. So if you want to help be on the team that's going to take all these new screenshots for us, then you don't have to put them in the exercises. We have people for that. We just need people to take the actual pictures and draw the little thing. So either be a Mac user, or if you're not a Mac user, then there is no built-in tool, but you have to, if you might already have a tool that does that. On our team, the people that don't have Macs use a product called Snagit. I don't know, it's like $30 or something, and it's useful. I know I was talking to, actually it was Corey I was talking to the other day about how she already has Snagit because she already uses it, and like she can use it with her clients to take pictures of stuff and, send it to them. So it's a good tool to have for your business as you are helping clients and pointing things out and showing them and all that. So Snagit is one. I had somebody else mention to me a thing called, I think it was Snippet. I can't remember. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't care what tool you use, but that you have to have a tool that takes a picture and you can draw on the picture. So if you have those tools, or you're willing to get those tools, and you want to be part of this Fast and Easy QBO project, then, somebody says Snippy tool. So anyway, if you want to be part of that project, then we would love to have you. It's going to be a big group effort, and over the next, couple weeks or something. So send an email to support@fastandeasyqbo.com, and Ron already has to leave already. Well, bye, Ron. Have a great weekend. So if you want to be part of that team, send an email to support@fastandeasyqbo.com, and I don't know, we'll pay you back. We'll give you, a discount or something we'll help you out. Okay. We'll help you out for helping us out. Cause anyway, it's a group effort. It's a team. We just love you. Cherie says Snagit is super easy to use. So whatever. Okay. So whatever, if you want to be part of the team, on this project, then we would love to have you. Support@fastandeasyqbo.com. In the meantime, let's talk a moment about the left navigation bar, because it's mostly the accountant view, but there are a couple of significant changes. So let's take a look at it. Okay, so here we are. Let's see, what am I looking at? Okay. Let's go to the sample company. All right, so here we are on the sample company. The reason I'm bringing this up today is because yesterday, yesterday they switched over the sample company to the new menu. They've been talking about this for a while, and I'm pretty sure they said that everybody would be transitioned in the month of September. Now, my own account has not been transitioned over yet, but the sample company is. But the sample company is switched over, so now it's time. You guys have to start using it. So I'm going to get my head out of the way here because you need to see this at the bottom. Okay. So here is the new left navigation bar. So just a couple of things to go through. Notice that up at the top, they have, there we go. They have bookmarks. So this is kind of cool. So you can actually bookmark the places that you visit all the time. And then rather than having to drill down and click through the different things, you can just go to, you can set up a bookmark to have it go right there. Okay. Automatically, they have bank transactions, which is the new name for bank feeds. Which used to just be banking. You would go banking and then banking. And now it's called bank transactions. Okay. So automatically this one is bookmarked because we spend a lot of time doing that. Tracy is asking, what is the support email address? Again, it is support. Oh, now it is support at fastandeasyqbo.com. And I have a little pencil, right? What does this do? Oh, okay. I guess I can change how that appears on the screen. I'm still learning this technology. I always say I'm an expert in QBO. I'm not an expert in anything else. Maybe some of my Mac tools that I love, but other than that, that's where my expertise ends, guys. Okay. So the first thing, so you can set up bookmarks, bank transactions, which is the new bank feeds, is automatically there. And then this is the biggest difference right here. As I just mentioned, this used to be called banking, and now it's called transactions. And key things are now under here, okay? So this is now where you find your chart of accounts. The accounting piece is no longer there. Okay, so to get to chart of accounts, if you want to use the left navigation bar, it's under transaction. Oops. Hello. Okay, here we go. It's under transactions. There's how you get to your chart of accounts. If you want to use the left nav bar, you can still get to it by going to accountant tools. That hasn't changed. Chart of accounts right there. You can still get to it from the gear icon. So you can go there and chart of accounts right here. So those haven't changed. It's just if you want to do it from the left navigation bar. Now, in our exercises, we always try and change it up a little bit, especially in the gym, which I forgot I'm mentioning. I was going to mention something about the gym. I guess that's the next topic. Anyway, so especially in the gym, we change it up so that you're always we have you access it from a bunch of different places. In QuickBooks Online, there's multiple ways to do the same thing. And so we want you to be exposed to all of those different things, all of those different ways. So, so some of the exercises don't need to be changed because it already comes from accountant tools, for example. Okay. So that's the big one, is that's where your chart of accounts is. And then also here's where reconcile is. Reconcile used to be under accounting. So those are the two big things there. And so notice if I go to transactions, this is one of the things that if you are just learning QuickBooks Online, you're just kind of trying to figure it out. The items here on the left-hand side take you to what's called a center, okay? So if I click the transactions, okay, then it's going to take me to, maybe it's not. Okay, well, yeah, so that worked all of a sudden. All right, so what's supposed to happen? Maybe they changed the way it works, I don't know. Or maybe I seem to be a little slow here today. Bookmark is on top now. Yes, Amy Lynn, thank you. I already mentioned that. All right, so what I wanted to point out is each of these items, and this has always been the way it was, each of these items here is a tab, okay? So see, bank transactions, there's a tab. It's the first one. App transactions, they're right there. That's for if you have transactions coming from a third-party app, okay? Receipts, right there. See how they all match up? So this is the transactions center. If I go to the sales center, then you'll notice that all the tabs up at the cross. So when you say something like, oh, it's in the sales center, that's what it's referring to. Okay, so that hasn't changed. All right, and then the other thing I wanted to mention was, let's see my list. Oh, I guess that was it. Chart of accounts and reconcile. Those are the biggest ones. Now, I'll also down at the bottom, this is the reason I moved my head here. And look, I'm looking to the left. My head is going the wrong direction. To me, it's over here. This is why I always put my head on the left, is so that to you, it looks like I'm looking to the right. So I have to pretend like I'm looking this direction to show you. Oh my gosh, guys. Okay, so I wanted to just show you this. Click on menu settings, and you will have the ability to customize the menu so that it shows up the way you want it, okay? I'm gonna actually create another whole video on YouTube, and a lot of the gurus have done this already, have done, videos about the new navigation, so I'll just do my own, but you can go on YouTube and watch other people. Hector Garcia has one, and I can't remember. There's a ton out there. So, but anyway, here you can switch back, but only for a limited time. Okay, so that's if you get confused, or if you're doing our exercises and you can't find something until this team goes and changes all the pictures, you can always switch back. That's how you get to it. Okay, again, it's right here under menu settings. Okay, so switch back. And then if you click here, learn about changes to the menu, then, gosh, I really am slow today. Maybe the hurricane did have some effect that I don't know about. Oh, okay. It'll pop up this article that will show you all about the differences between things and how to use it and all of that stuff, all of that good stuff. Okay, so that's how you can get to that. All right, let me move my head back where it belongs. Don't you wish sometimes that in real life you could actually move your head? I know moms. Aw, shoot, somebody's saying it has a delay. Yeah, anyway, I know as a mom, sometimes, you wish you could be in multiple places at one time. Maybe your body could do one thing and your head could do another. Wouldn't that be awesome? Okay, so that's one thing I wanted to talk about. The other thing I wanted to talk about is wishes. All right, so for those of you who are new, let me go back here. Okay. All right, so for those of you who are new, last month I celebrated my birthday, and I posted in the group, hey, it's my birthday. Instead of making wishes, I'm granting them. And I got just so much feedback, like so many people were asking for, I don't know, free courses and discounts and help with, XYZ and mentoring and all that. And it was so great. I learned so much about you guys and what your pain is and what I can do to actually help you. And I had the best birthday ever. You've heard me say this a number of times, but I felt like Oprah. It was so amazing. And so I decided to do it again. And so on September 16th, which is a week from, I'm filming this on Friday, September 8th. So it's a week from tomorrow. And I'm going to have I'll set up today the event in the group. I'm sure it's probably going to be Saturday afternoon, Eastern time. we're going to do another live stream, and I'm going to do another giveaway. Okay, so what you need to do is go into, here, let me pull this again. So inside the group, there is this featured post, okay? And inside this featured post right now, there's 89 wishes in there. So you need to go in, and on this specific post, I want you to tell me how I can help you. Now, a lot of people, went in there, they're saying, oh, I wish I could get the course for free, or I wish I could get a deep discount on the course, or, whatever. Like, I want to know what is here, let me get back to this. Okay. I want to know, like, what is the domino? What is the domino in your business, that obstacle that you feel like if you just had help with this one thing, it would, release so many other things, like so much other stuff would open up for you as you're moving toward your business. So so you have to have here are the rules. You have to have one wish. So some people last time we did this, we just threw it together. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have like really set up rules. I was just kind of like, oh, it's my birthday and I'm just going to throw this thing together. So now that we're getting in a role and we're seeing like what people need and how we can help you and, all this stuff. And on a management side, on our side, how we can actually, put the manpower in or the systems in place or whatever to help you. It's become clear that we need to set up a couple of ground rules. Okay, so number one is you have to post on that specific post. One of the problems last time is that there were a bunch of posts happening in the group and we didn't know, we missed some because we didn't look in the right place and all that stuff. And people are like, oh, is it too late? Okay. This one post, that's why it's in the featured section. On that one post. That's rule number one. Number two is that you have to pick one thing, one domino, one way that we can help you. Okay. So last time we had a bunch of people say, oh, either this or this would be great. Okay. No, pick a time. And we had somebody say, oh, surprise me. I think I've seen now people say, oh, surprise me. No, I'm not going to surprise you. I want to know you have your business, you have your goals, you're trying to get from here to there. What is stopping you? What is in your way? How can we help you get from here to where you want to be? Okay. So one thing that you post. Now, we're not going to be looking at all of this and figuring it out until that day or the day before. So if you've posted something already and you've changed your mind, or now that I'm thinking, now that I'm talking about it more, you can go in and edit your post. Don't create a new post because that will look on the group like it's two posts for us, right? So edit your post. If you change your mind or you think of something else, or your circumstances changed somehow, then go in and edit it. Okay, so we're going to do our best to read through everything, come up with a system, something that's that's fair, but that is really, really helpful. Now, one of the things that came out of the last time we did this is I realized that a lot of you struggle with mindset, that you're not thinking like a business owner. That you have a lot of fear inside of you as you are moving forward. You're like, yes, I posted all these things, or what did I say? Yes, I've gone through all this training, but it's scary to actually talk to somebody. I don't feel confident. I want to go out and, build a business, but I don't know what to do. And you're feeling mousy, or you're an introvert, or you're shy, or, whatever it is. And so you struggle with these things. So I decided to start a Mindset Monday live stream. Okay. So unfortunately, my Mondays I really want to do this on Mondays for two reasons. One, because it's alliterative, because I can say Mindset Monday. It's Mindset Sunday doesn't have as much ring, right? So I really want to do on Monday for that silly reason, but for the real reason is because I want you to kick off your week. I want you to start your week with in the right frame of mind for as you're going to go through this week. What are your goals this week? What are you going to accomplish? Unfortunately, my personal Mondays are always really crazy. I have just a ton of I have a lot of meetings that sometimes run way over, and so I cannot set a time on Mondays that I'm going to do this. So I'm just going to hop on and just randomly there's going to be a live stream show up in the group, and if you happen to see it, great, hop on. I'd love to have you. If not, you can watch the replay, and it's really doing that. So Amy Lynn says, I really enjoyed the September 4th mindset. I've only done 2, so that one was this week. Oh, that was an embarrassing one for me, but it was important. It was important. So go and watch the replay. I have to figure out how to tag them so you can easily find them in the group after they're passed. I don't know how to do that. If somebody knows a good way for us to do that in the group, let us know. Send an email, support@fastandeasyqbo.com. Okay, so that's one thing that came out of last week's birthday thing is Mindset Monday. The other thing that came out of it is marketing prompts. So many people, I had asked people if they, in building their business, if they are posting on social media. And most of them said no, they're not. And the number one reason is because I don't know what to say. And but I also know from personal experience, number one, you don't know what to say. And number two, it feels really salesy and uncomfortable, like to say, hey, hire me, right? So, so what I have done is I have introduced in the QBO Gym marketing prompts. So what is the QBO Gym? For those of you who are new, let me hop over and show you. Okay, so the QBO Gym is our subscription product. Every month you get a new set of practice exercises that simulate life as a bookkeeper. Okay, so you get to go in and you work on Craig's books. Craig is our fictitious business owner. You go in and it's as if you are a bookkeeper, and you walk in. We have it coming up, separated into these 4 sections, with this whole gym theme, right? So the warm-ups, these are the things that you do when you first walk in to, when you first start working on Craig's book. So all the money in, money out, and then processing bank feeds, okay? And then the cardio is all of the things that Craig has asked you to do. Okay, so maybe he's asked you to send out an invoice or a reminder or something like that. In this issue, so this is the September issue right here. This month we had he gave his employees credit cards, so we had to set up corporate credit cards, which is not the same as your own regular credit card. And then the strength training is this section is all about, it's a deep dive into a particular feature of QBO that you need to know, and that's related to Craig's business. So in September, it was all about prepayments. What do you do if you receive money before you actually do the work? Okay, we're used to sending invoices. So here's an invoice for the work that I did. Well, what if you get the money before that? Okay, so there's lots of ways to handle it. And only one of them is GAAP approved, GAAP being the generally accepted accounting principles. So, and then also customer prepayments, and then also vendor prepayments, which is, guess what? If you give your money to a vendor, if they don't give you the service in return, the product or service in return, that's technically still your money. So how do you record that? Okay, so that's all of that was the September strength training. And then you have cool down, which is your reconciling and your reports. Okay. So every month you have these. And so what we started doing for the September issue was, once you have done the exercises, you get marketing prompts to allow you to share what you learned on social media in a way that positions you as an expert in QuickBooks Online. So you're putting your shingle out and saying, hey, I am this expert. Now, here's the thing. Now, I'm not a marketing guru. Like I'm not. Let me just switch this again because this is important. Hold on. Okay. I'm not a marketing guru. I am, like I said before, I know QuickBooks Online. That's what I know. Okay. I can't tell you all the nitty gritty. You guys probably see my ads all the time and, in your Facebook feeds. I hire somebody to do that. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to set up Facebook ads. Okay. I don't know. But what I do know is every single business needs a bookkeeper. It is a one-to-one relationship. Every business needs a bookkeeper. Now, some businesses, they try and do it themselves, okay? Some businesses, they hire it out. Maybe their accountant has a bookkeeper on staff that takes care of it. I knew I had a friend who, she and her husband had a plumbing company. And so he was a plumber. He didn't know anything about accounting. He's a plumber. He doesn't know. So he would just keep all of his receipts for the year. At the end of the year, he would give all of his receipts to his accountant. His accountant had had a bookkeeper on staff who would go through a year's worth of receipts and plug them all in a spreadsheet, or I don't know what they were using or something, so that and they paid $4,000 for that extra that's on top of the taxes, just for a person to do that once a year. Okay. So here's what I know. Every single business needs a bookkeeper. Okay, that's one thing that I know. The other thing is, QuickBooks Online is the premier, number one, most well-known software out there. If you tell people, I am a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor, and other people know that, then when they need a bookkeeper, when they need help with QuickBooks Online, they're going to go to you. Or if they have a friend who mentions that, they need help or whatever, oh, I know somebody that knows QuickBooks Online. All you have to do, this is why all the gurus tell you that it's so easy to build a business, a bookkeeping business, is because everybody needs a bookkeeper. I mean, it really is that simple. Okay. Yes, of course it's more complicated. Of course it's more complicated. And, not every business is simple enough to be able to do their bookkeeping once a year. There are some really complicated things out there. Absolutely. Absolutely. But everybody starts somewhere. Just start telling people, well, first of all, get certified in QuickBooks Online. Okay? Get certified so that you can tell people, I am a certified QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor. Okay? Just put that out there. And then people will start to know. And the more you post, the more you tell people, I'm a QuickBooks Online certified. Not saying, hey, hire me, try and selling. Just saying, this is who I am and this is how I can help. Okay. I've talked a really, really long time and we haven't done any exercises. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go through one of the exercises in the August issue of the QBO Gym. Okay, so if you don't have the QBO Gym, this is your free exercise that you're going to get today. And then I'm going to show you how, after we do that exercise, what you learned in that exercise and how the marketing prompts can help you. Okay, so let me just click the chat really. Okay. All right. So let me go back to my desktop here. Okay. What we're going to do is we are going to do in the August issue. Now, we started the marketing prompts in September, and I thought that it was just going to be going forward, that we weren't, that it would take us a long time to go backwards. But we have another super secret project coming up that requires me to build these all out ASAP. So they're going to be coming super fast. We already did August. And so August has marketing prompts, and September does, but more and more are coming, okay? And of course, October is coming, and they'll all have the marketing prompts. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to go to the August issue of the gym in the warm-up section, okay? So every section starts with a little animated video that tells you, it's just a little story of what's happening in Craig's business. And then we have a little three question quiz just about what's in the video. This is nothing to stress out about. It doesn't mean anything. This is just a pre-check for yourself. Like, how much do I actually know? So I will tell you that one of the things that we're working on for the end of the year is we're going to start awarding CPE credits for our courses and the issue of the gym and all of that stuff. And so there is going to be, because of that, there's going to be more testing coming in the future. But for right now, this doesn't mean anything. This is just to help you know how do you handle this particular thing. Okay. So then underneath this little quiz, then you have all the links to the exercises. Now, some of the exercises require you to be in the same issue or in the same session of the sample company. If you know about the sample company, you know that it resets every time you log out. Okay, and it resets every day too, because the date, somebody was asking about this in the group. The reason the sample company resets is so that the dates can keep moving. So there's always like about 90 days worth of data in there. And so the dates have to like keep moving so that you can, those dates aren't frozen in time. Anyway. All right, so we will say, it says in the gym, if you need to keep the sample company open. So like this one says, keep this session open for the next exercise. Most of the time, the warm-up section is contained on its own, and the cardio section, it's designed to be where you can sit down and do all the warm-ups in one session. It takes about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour to do one section. And then the cardio would be its own thing. So each section is its own. Now, yes, so Ron says QBOA gives CPE credits for watching their webinars. Yes, they do. So yes, they do. So because it's a whole process. Getting approved to be able to award CPE credits is a huge process, and so we're in the process. There's all these requirements and checks and things, and it's a big deal. But we're working on it. Okay, so I was saying that they're self-contained, so it's designed so that you could do the warm-up sitting down like for about 45 minutes an hour, do all the warm-ups, and then another day you can come back and do 45 minutes to an hour working on the cardio. Sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes we have two sections together, but it will always tell you here, keep this session, the sample company open, etc. Okay, and this one, keep this session of the sample company open from the previous exercise and on to cardio. So these are connected, okay? All right, so what we're gonna do today is we're gonna do this one right here. And Joel put it in the chat, but it was a long time ago because I keep talking. So you might want to put it again so it's up there. Of course, if you're already subscribed to the gym, then you have this. This is the August issue. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to practice processing bank feeds. Now, because I have not done the previous exercises, we might have to fudge it a little bit, but we'll see. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. So you'll notice here's another thing that says use the same session of the sample company used for a previous exercise. So this is going to be a little bit different because I didn't do those, so we'll see how it's going to be different. All right. After you have input all the sales and expense transactions, it's time to process bank feeds. This means comparing what went into and out of the bank and making sure that there is a correct record of it in QBO. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. Here's what happened in the bank. Here's our records in QBO, and we want to try and match them up, okay? See what the bank has. If there's anything the bank has that we don't have, we want to add it. If it matches up, we want to match it. If if it came across twice from the bank, then we need to exclude it, so, okay. All right, checking account. We're going to start by processing the new transactions in the checking account, okay? No, all right, notice this is different already. In the left-hand navigation bar, mouse over banking and select banking, okay? What did I just say this changed to? Transactions. So now it says transactions, bank transactions, or we could use the bookmark, or we could switch back to the old menu, okay? Let's, for the purposes, and my head's in the way, we're gonna switch back to the old menu just so that it matches up our exercise for today, okay? And I know that Jen is going to be switching up all the September ones. So the September ones will be done, but then the team that I mentioned earlier will be working on the old ones, the old gym, plus we have all of the ones from our courses. And so yeah, it's a lot of work. That's why I need you guys to help. Okay, so here we are, banking. Okay, while that's loading, step 2, let's take a look first at which bank transactions QBO thinks it has found a match for. In the All Transactions field, click the down arrow and select Potential Match. Okay. All right. So this right here is called a filter. Okay. A filter, you can see these like kind of weirdish lines there. Okay. So filtering always means that you only want to look at a piece of the whole, okay? So here's all of the things, and I only want to look at a portion of all of the things, okay? So that's what filter always means. I'm looking not at the whole, but just as a little piece, okay? So I have in this list 25 transactions, okay? So I don't want to look at all 25 transactions at once. I only want to look at the ones that QBO thinks it has a match for. So we're going to look at only the ones that are potential matches. Okay? So going back to our exercise. So transactions, potential match right there. Okay. All right, it makes sense to look at each of the matched transactions to ensure they look correct. Notice the bank feed matches the journal. Oh, see, we didn't do this earlier exercise, but this is what it would be. Okay, journal entry we made for Books by Bessie in the earlier exercise. Since we're seeing this in the bank feed already, Craig must have deposited the refund check without telling us. You check with him about this and he confirms that he used the mobile app on his phone. Sorry. So this is a good example of how realistic the QBO Gym is. This kind of thing happens all the time where Craig will, tell you one thing and then you go in and you look and it's actually a different thing, and then you have to have this conversation. And this is what makes our QBO Gym so realistic, like actually being a bookkeeper. So this kind of thing happens all the time. So in the previous exercise that we did not do, we created a journal entry about that. Okay, so go back to the whole issue and and learn it. And by the way, if you don't have a subscription to the QBO Gym, you can get a 7-day free trial, and it's fully functional. So you can go in and you can do all these exercises and everything. Okay, so step 3. Next, let's deal with the transactions with more than one match. There are 3 of these on our list: Pam Sites, Books by Bessie, and Squeaky Clean Car Wash. Let's start with Pam Sites. In the action column of the Pam Sites row, click View. Okay, so we're going to go back to our exercise. All right, here is Pam Sites. Let me get this a little higher. Okay, here is Pam Sites. Okay, we're going to click View. Oops, that's not what I wanted. This one. Okay, so we clicked View. Also notice, let's see if I can point that out. Okay, Books by Bessie also has 2 matches. Okay, look what's happening here. Okay, so now this row that we're looking at here, this row right here, is the bank feed. Okay, this is what's coming over from the bank. This down here, now in gray, is what's in QuickBooks Online. So it's trying to match to a QuickBooks Online record, but it's finding 2 that could possibly be a potential match. Okay, it doesn't know. It can't tell. It's only looking at the amount and a date range. Okay, it looks, I think it's like 30 days before and 10 days after. Maybe it's 60 days before, 10 days after, something like that. Okay, so it only looks at the date and the amount. We can see with our eyes, because we're human, that it says Pam Sites right here. And so this is the QuickBooks Online transaction. This is the bank feed transaction. So we know that this is the one that matches, not this one. Okay, so it's already checked. So that's the one we're going to click match on that one. I got ahead of myself per usual. Okay, I already gave you this whole speech. So now we're going to click match. Okay, notice how matching the Pam Sites transaction also took care of the Books by Bessie transaction. Now QBO recognizes there's only one match for Books by Bessie. Okay, so let's look at it. Okay, so here is Books by Bessie. Before it said there were 2 matches because it was looking at the 2 ones. Tracy says, did we do this same? This is a really good comment. Let me put this up because this is important. This is the bane of my existence, Tracy. This is like, you'll ask my team, this is like the one thing that bugs the crap out of me. So, it is because we are using the sample company, we are stuck with the same 25 transactions that we have to do every month. Every month we have to do the same 25 transactions. Now, I have a really great team and we come up with a different story to handle them a little bit different. So that whole journal entry matching with QuickBooks Online, that is new. That is only in this issue where we have the journal entry that it matches. So yes, it's very similar. And we cannot import, this is what drives me crazy, is that we cannot import bank feed transactions into the sample company. So we only have to use those 25. But here's the other thing I will tell you is that bookkeeping is very repetitive. So even though this is the bane of my existence, and I wish that it could be completely new every time and give you more stuff to work on, it is true that in bookkeeping, you will see the same things happen over and over. And so the gym is designed to be realistic, is designed to be realistic. So that's a really great question. And so last week we covered the July issue, and I'm going through the August issue for a specific reason, which I'll get to in just a second. Okay, so we did Books by Bessie, and step 5, let's tackle Squeaky Clean Car Wash. We're going to do the same thing. Okay, and we're gonna, okay, that, step 6. Notice there are two different. We're going to match the one with the same date, okay? So this one has the same date. Remember, the one in gray is the one in QuickBooks Online. The one here is the one coming from the bank feed. I'll give you a little sneak peek into the October issue. In the October issue, we're going to be handling this one a little bit different. For today, we're just going to match that first transaction, and I think it says, yes, it'll say, note that if this were a real situation, you would want to investigate the other transaction later, okay? Well, in the August issue, we are going to address that, or not August, October, we're going to do that. We have somebody, okay. All right, step 7, now that you only have single matches left. All right, we're going to run a little bit late today, guys, sorry. All right, now that we only have single matches left, so they all say one match found, now we're going to click this, okay? We're going to accept them. And now we get what looks like an error, but it's not an error because it says we couldn't find transactions that match your search. Well, remember, we still had the filter on. We were only looking right here for the things that are potential matches. There's no potential matches left. So that's not an error. It's just there's none still in that filter. So we're going to turn off that filter by clicking that X. And I'm sure that I got way ahead of myself again. Okay, step 8. Dun dun. Remove the filter for transactions that need to be handled. Okay. All right. All right, so I'm going to stop right here. You could go through the rest. These are all have like unusual little things, and so you can go through them later. What I want to do is hop over and show you how this applies to the marketing prompts, okay? Which is why I picked this. All right, so we're going to go back to the gym. This is the exercise that we just did. We just clicked here to practice processing bank feeds, and we check this off, and you can probably hear just a very faint, it goes ka-ching, and then you get points and all this stuff. And so we would go through, let's say, and do all of these after we've done them all. Yay, we did this. Yay, we did this. Okay, so I just did this processing bank feeds transactions, and now this is what's new. This is new in August and September. The rest of the months are coming soon. Is this share what you know, tell the world. Congratulations, you have learned a lot so far. Share what you know on LinkedIn and other places business owners hang out. Okay, click here for some sample posts. So I'm going to click that. And because I checked those boxes, because I had done the exercises, I'm going to get these marketing prompts. Now, oh, my system is really slow. Thank you, Hurricane. I assume that's what's causing it. Okay, now you will, because I'm in my own little test system here, I actually see all of the marketing prompts. But when you are doing it, you only see them after you've done all of the exercises. So these are the August warm-ups, and this is what I want to point out right here. This one right here. Can you see it? I don't know how to make it bigger for you. Okay, this one right here, share what you know. You learned about bank feed filters, okay? So what did we just talk about in that last whole section? We talked about narrowing down your list of transactions to only the ones that were a potential match, so you could handle all of those first. After we did all of those, then there weren't any left, and it looked like an error message, but it wasn't really because the filter was still turned on, and so we learned how to turn it off, right? So you just learned by going through that exercise, by going through it together, you learned about bank feed filters, okay? So here, what does it say? You learned about bank feed filters. Here's a sample post. So this is what you could then copy and post onto LinkedIn. Now, I did post a YouTube video. Joel, could you try and find that YouTube video and post the link in here? I don't know, we're running out of time, so he might not grab it in time, but You should be subscribed to my YouTube channel anyway, so you get them all, right? fastandeasyqbo.com/YouTube, capital Y, capital T. That will take you to the YouTube channel. And I just released a video this week about how to use these in LinkedIn. But basically you go in and you copy this. So it says, yes, business owner, you must process the bank feeds in QuickBooks Online. How else are you going to know if your books match what is actually happening at the bank? I'll show you how to use filters to make it a lot less painful. Now you're going to post this on LinkedIn. You're not necessarily going to get 20 people reaching out to you from one post. But the more you post that type of thing, the more people have in their consciousness, oh, you are a certified QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor. You're a Pro Advisor. You're a Pro Advisor. And then the more they either could use you or refer you or whatever. All right, that's it. Only 2 minutes over. That's awesome. You guys have a fantastic weekend. Hopefully you are safe from the hurricanes and any other inclement weather that is happening where you are. And I hope you have a beautiful, productive, or relaxing, whatever you choose, weekend. And I will see you sometime on Monday. I don't know when. Sometime on Monday, I will see you for the Mindset Monday. And then we will kick off another week where I can't wait to hear your success story. So, let's see. Let me just grab any more chats. Okay. Thank you. Wonderful info. Have a great weekend. All right. You guys have an awesome, awesome day. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.